Welcome back to Court TV Live. Texas versus Billy Delgado. That's the focus of our coverage today. It's a man standing trial for allegedly shooting his estranged wife while she was picking up their daughter. There's video of it. It's allegedly, yes, but he's shooting her, and you can see it on the video. Billy Delgado, he's facing aggravated assault charges for the June 2024 shooting of Erica Torres. Prosecutors say that Delgado shot her more than a dozen times. Torres was able to drive away from the scene, but spent months in intensive care following the incident. We're listening to the doctor who treated her, going through her injuries and how they combated and how they saved her life. Let's go back in, pick up the testimony from the surgeon where we left off.
What pH level did you just say that?
6.85.
And what was hers?
Oh, no, sorry, that was her pH. Okay. The normal should be 7.4.
Okay. And anything below that is?
Anything below 7.2 is critical.
Okay. And after you performed the laparotomy on Erica Torres, what did you do with Erica Torres?
We sent her to ICU to continue resuscitation.
Okay. And up to this point, since you received her and you've done all this up to this point, what were her chances of survival?
I would say less than 50%.
How about what were her chances of survival without the treatment that you had done?
100%.
I'm sorry?
100%. She would have died.
She would have died. Okay. Now, Dr. Mederos, are you generally familiar with the legal definition of serious bodily injury?
Yes.
Okay. And so, is it your understanding then that serious bodily injury means bodily injury that creates a substantial risk of death or that causes death, serious permanent disfigurement, or protracted loss or impairment of the function of any bodily member or organ?
Yes.
That's your understanding?
Yes.
Okay. Now, keeping that definition in mind, do you have an opinion as to whether or not the injuries inflicted on Erica Torres constituted serious bodily injury?
Yes, the only thing she didn't do was die. She had everything else that you mentioned.
All three?
All three.
Thank you, doctor. Now, on her medical report, and just for the record, Judge, it states Exhibit 2, it has been pre-admitted into evidence already. I might need the EE or Elmo, I'm not sure what it's called for this. Just real quick, may I approach a witness? Yes. Thank you, Judge. Are you familiar with State's Exhibit 2?
Yes.
And what is that?
This is the medical record that you have obtained.
Okay. Pertaining to?
The treatment of Erica Torres.
Thank you. And you're familiar with these records?
Yes.
So, on the medical report, aside from a gunshot wound of abdomen, we also see something called traumatic hemorrhagic shock. Okay. Can you explain to me what that is?
Yes. The word shock refers to where you have inadequate blood flow to the organs to supply the required oxygen and nutrients it needs. So you start having organ dysfunction.
And did you treat her for this?
Yes, we did.
If you had not treated her for this, it was left untreated, what could have happened to Erica Torres?
She would have died.
I'm going to refer on the medical report on State's Exhibit 7. Specifically, we're looking at page 17. So, right here, doctor, and you could probably recall it, but based on the medical report, how much blood did Erica Torres?
It states here that she received 11 units of packed RBCs, which is red blood cells, 3 units of platelets, and 3 units of fresh frozen plasma.
Okay, I'm sorry. So the question was, doctor, how much blood did she lose?
Did she lose?
Yes.
I estimated 4 liters.
You estimated 4 liters?
Yes.
And so Did that mean she had to be replenished with blood?
That's her whole blood volume.
I'm sorry?
That is her whole blood volume.
Was she replenished with any blood?
Yes.
Yes? How much?
The 11 units of blood and 3 units of platelets and 3 units of plasma.
And you mentioned that she lost 4 liters of blood.
Yes.
How serious is that?
To qualify as class 4 shock, which is the worst, all you need to lose is 40% of your blood volume. In total, she lost her whole blood volume, which is 4 liters.
So, what impact to Erica Torres' life expectancy did these injuries that she sustained have on her?
I think
long experience.
Yeah, in my experience, long term, she's going to have difficulties the rest of her life.
Okay. Like what exactly?
She has severe damage to her intestines. She had damage to the pancreas. The pancreas is the main gland in the abdomen that makes the enzymes to digest. She lost a large amount of small intestine, which is what you need to absorb nutrients. She lost at least, while she was here, half of her colon, which has to do with fluids reabsorption. And I don't know how much was left after her multiple surgeries in San Antonio, because she had, on my last operation, still areas that were ischemic. That means that we weren't getting enough blood supply.
You mentioned that she lost a good portion of her intestines.
Yes.
Is there a specific medical term for that?
Yes, when they lose so much small intestine, they get something called short gut syndrome, where the intestine that's left doesn't have the ability to absorb enough fluid or nutrients to sustain her.
And what can that result in?
Malnutrition, vitamin deficiencies.
Now, what impact in regards to Erica Torres' quality of life would these injuries have on her?
The result will be if she recovers enough and the intestines adapt where she can eat, she will always have problems with chronic diarrhea, and she's at risk of having problems with bowel obstruction. And that's pretty much.
Will she require future medical?
All right, laying it out for the jury, the significance of these injuries, and boy, she's lucky to be alive, losing all of her blood. David Gelman still watching us. They're teeing her up. We were expecting possibly Erica Torres to take the stand, right out of the gate, but what do you think of this strategy to basically have everyone else talk about her, and then boom, she walks into this courtroom?
I like the strategy a lot. It's like a movie. It's like a thrilling movie where at the end you're going to have the main character come, the hero, and she's going to be able to testify about everything that has been said about her so far. She's going to be able to testify about the horrific day that she had to endure, where she was shot at multiple times. She got into a car, and how she was able to drive that car after being shot 5 times, I still think is incredible. And, for her to just survive everything that she's been through, what you've heard through the testimony. And this doctor, I got to tell you, he's very credible. I like what the prosecutor is doing. They're extracting every little thing out of him. He's saying what she cannot do in the future and what her life is going to be like and how her life has already been impacted by the shooting. I think that's really powerful. And she is then going to be putting the cherry on top, if you think about it, by just bringing it all home. And it's going to be very powerful when she testifies, I have a feeling.
Yeah, and then if Billy does take the stand, he's coming in, to your point, the only way you do that is if it's a Hail Mary and you're cooked, which could be the case here. To your point, this doctor, he's a wizard. I mean, he is so familiar with, some doctors get in there and they're, remembering the case, or they're looking at their report and, oh yes, I remember this now. This dude, by memory, is just hitting it all out of the park, and making it digestible to the jury, which is not always the case.
This is what they call good preparation, Ted. All right, you always want to prepare your clients and your witnesses, but this guy, he's taking it over the edge. I love it. I'd like to have him as an expert for me whenever I have a case like something like this, because he really isn't having to go look at notes and say, "Oh, can you refresh my recollection?" None of that. He knows everything from A to Z, and that's exactly what you want to have your expert do. And it looks really good to the jury. And he's not like emotional or anything like that. He's very straight-laced, and he's answering each and every question. He's not pausing. He's not thinking. He's not saying, maybe. He's 100% accurate in his predictions and what he's saying. And it's going to bode very well for the prosecution, I think.
Yeah, especially with him projecting her life in the future. And that just hits home for everybody. Yes, she survived, but she's not out of the woods completely as she moves on through her life. Let's get a break. When we come back, we'll head back, pick up the rest of the doctor and more testimony in Texas versus Delgado. Stay with us.
Two parents face a jury
over the attempted murder of their own daughter.
Court TV takes you inside the trial that's torn a family apart.
The attempted honor killing trial. Live coverage today, only on Court TV.
Friday night, superstar guards face off as the Indiana Fever take on the Dallas Wings. Then the Los Angeles Sparks look for a win against the Seattle Storm. Coverage begins Friday night at 7. Find Ion wherever you watch. Ion, it's on.
Let's head back to Laredo, Texas for more testimony in the case against Billy Delgado. Prosecutors allege that Delgado fired up to 14 shots during a violent incident back in 2024, striking his estranged wife, Erica Torres, 5 times while she was inside her vehicle. The shooting occurred as Torres was picking up their child from Delgado's care. Let's go back into the courtroom now. We're listening to the surgeon that helped save Erica's life. Let's go back in.
Will she require future medical needs?
I think the rest of her life she would need to be monitored for these problems.
How so?
Well, they need to monitor her vitamins, make sure that she has enough vitamin B12 and enough vitamin D, etc. They need to monitor her albumin to make sure is nutritionally stable.
And had you, Dr. Mederos, not treated Erica Torres, again, what could have happened to her?
She would have been dead.
With these type of injuries that you saw, that you treated, would this affect the ability for Erica Torres to have a family in the future?
I do not know that, but I would think so, yes.
Now, in your medical opinion, Dr. Mederos, do you feel that Erica Torres will fully recover?
No.
And then a couple more questions before I wrap up, Doctor. So again, you said you're familiar with and just to clarify, you're familiar with the legal definition of serious bodily injury. Bodily injury that creates a substantial risk of death or that causes death. Based on your treatment and the injuries that you observed that day on Erica Torres.
Judge, I'm going to object. She's already asked and answered this question about serious bodily injury. All right, sustain.
Pass a witness.
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
So how long have you worked here in Laredo?
I've been here 27 years.
27 years. So you established a relationship with law enforcement?
I don't have any relationship with law enforcement.
But you do testify for them?
I never testified for them.
In court? Have you ever testified for the prosecution?
Never. First time.
This is your first time?
Yes.
So you don't receive any money as a
I don't receive any money whatsoever.
Okay. Are you a forensic? Do you hold a degree in forensics?
I do not.
Okay. Could you tell, since you don't have certification in forensics, I mean, are those entry? I mean, you can't determine whether those are entry or exit wounds?
The bullet wounds. I don't know if they're entry or entrances.
Exit or entries, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So, depends on the, may I approach her?
Sure.
So it just depends on the shape of her position, how the body was situated. So we could have whether the bullets were coming from an angle, going straight, going up. We can't tell exactly how many gunshot wounds that is.
And that doesn't concern me. I'm only concerned about what I can fix and what I need to fix to save her life.
So you have no testimony to how many how many actual shots were entered and exited the body, but you can say that those are either a combination of entry or exit wounds, right?
Objection, Judge. He's already asked and answered this.
Yes, if you want me to answer.
And as we see the fracture on the ankle, that is not a bullet wound, right?
That is correct.
Okay. That tends to show that would be some type of injury from maybe an automobile accident, right?
She was in an automobile accident.
Okay. And you know that how?
I know that from the EMS report.
Now, did the EMS reports tell you that her airbag didn't deploy?
I do not know that.
Okay. So I mean, there could have been some injuries caused by the steering wheel, correct?
Not the bullet wounds, no.
Not the bullet wounds, but there could be other injuries that caused.
The only one she had was the ankle.
Okay. But you couldn't tell from the abdomen because of the bullet wounds, right?
No, there was no evidence of blunt trauma to the abdomen or chest.
Did you examine the?
I examined her. Of course I did.
Trauma?
Yes.
Okay. So going over 30 miles an hour, hitting your steering wheel we don't know if she's wearing a seatbelt or not.
She did not have any chemosis in the chest. Her chest actually did not show any rib fractures. There was no blunt injury to the solid organs, which is the liver, the spleen. Those are the organs that will be affected.
Did you see her seatbelt was on?
I did not see any of that. No.
Like what would you call it?
I did not see a mark.
A mark. Okay. Why did it take? How long did it take before she started surgery?
I don't know the exact time.
Okay. I think it's, according to my summary of the reports, it's like 2 hours. Would that be right?
I don't know the exact time.
Do you know why it would take so long?
It's Sunday afternoon. We have an on-call crew. That means that they have to be activated. They have to physically come into the hospital and set up the OR.
Okay. That could be one of the reasons.
Yes.
Okay. You made a comment about lasting injuries, but this was your limited time with Miss Erica here was the surgery that you performed, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then I believe, if my summary is correct, she exited the hospital like the next day or the day after?
She left. She was transferred to the University Hospital after the second operation.
Okay. And after that, you never saw her again?
Not until a few minutes ago.
Okay. And you have no. You didn't perform any more surgeries in San Antonio or anything like that?
No, I did not.
So you don't know the extent of her rehabilitation by those surgeries that were done in San Antonio?
That's correct.
Thank you. That's all I have, Judge.